Can you please show me your settings first? Like, let's start with your settings first, right?
My settings? Okay.
I yeah, go to your
Um,
settings. Alright. Go to gameplay settings first.
okay.
Alright. Set your crosshair damage feedback to off. Turn it off. The third one.
Why off?
It's because when you set turn it off, there's like less visual clutter. Like when you shoot somebody, there's this X icon that pops up, right? When you have this on. But when you don't have it on, there's no X icon. So at least for me, I feel like it allows me to focus better.
Okay.
Like when you turn this off, there will be less visual clutter, especially when you're shooting somebody who's a bit far away. Like now, if you shoot somebody, there won't be that X icon. So that helps me
Okay.
like focus a little bit better.
Okay, okay.
Like allows me to keep my eyes on the target. And I would say like change your crosshair color as well. Go all the way down. Okay. Set your color blind mode all the way to the right side. You can just turn this all like set it to default, whatever that is. Like click on the right side, right? Yeah, just set it to default, and then go back. Now the color blind mode. Set it to the far right one, the fourth one. Yes, try to Nopia. Yes.
Okay, why this? What does this do?
I feel like I feel like this is good. Like it's not too bright, it's not too vibrant. I feel like it's like a good middle ground, and you
Okay.
can see it on like in the dark, in the light, even when you shoot in the like even when you're looking in the sky, so it doesn't really blends with whatever
Okay.
color it is that you're looking
Another
at in the
level,
game.
another
So I feel like
upgrade.
Okay.
that's why it's a little bit good. All right. Okay, now show me the rest of your settings as well, please. Like go okay. Scroll down, always print. Yeah, that's good that you have that on. Uh, keep scrolling down. Yeah, I think the rest of the settings are fine.
Okay.
Go to your video settings as well. Okay, turn off anti-aliasing. Yeah, turn this off. Because even though the game's gonna look a little bit like edges are not gonna be smooth anymore, but
Ew.
when you have that on, there's gonna be like if you don't feel like using this, you can always like revert back. But it's just that when you have that on, it's very hard to see people who are like far away because it
Got
smooths
an
everything
upgrade
out. So
waiting.
it makes
Two
things
choices,
blurrier the
two
further
roads.
away you go.
Okay.
You know?
Because for me, it's making it almost looks like I can't see anything because now everything is like all boxy and like Minecraft looking. Like I can barely like see
Yeah.
this guy right here on my screen because he looks like a Minecraft block.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is. Like if there's gonna be like there's like small dots that pops up on your screen when you see somebody like very far away, right? So
Okay.
if you have TSA on, what's that gonna do? It like smooths out the edges, right? So you don't see that small dot anymore. That's like the problem with it. It makes things look really good, but it's doing that like it's artificially like making those making those lines better, if that makes sense.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
can
got
try it
it.
out. Like yeah, definitely like
Don't do that.
try it out.
Don't
Don't
do
feel like
that.
using it. You can always like revert back. Something
Okay.
to get used to definitely.
Okay,
All
got
right.
it.
Now show me your and
Could
also
use
do
an
you play on
upgrade.
like borderless
Every
window or do
decision
you play on
counts.
full screen?
Yeah, I play borderless window. I had someone optimize my PC and he said that I should play on this.
I don't really think if you should be playing on this right now. If you should be playing on full screen when you're playing borderless, the games like your PC is not gonna even like prioritize your game anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it should be full screen. When you put it on borderless, that works with games that are on DirectX 11. So I feel like it must have been like a very long since you have had that person optimize your PC because on DirectX 12, like the engine that the game's running on right now, that works better when you have it on full screen. So like your PC is gonna think like you're actually playing a game, so it's gonna like prioritize all the
Okay.
resources just for this game.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
try to keep it on full screen.
Yep. Okay, now show me your keyboard and
Upgrade's
like
ready.
mouse settings as
Time to
well.
make a choice.
Sure.
Okay, I want you to tell me like what DPI are you playing on? Is it like 1600 or something?
Yeah, I play 1600.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen as well. So let's do one thing. Okay, so I'm assuming that you barely ever use like your arm, right? You mostly just use your fingertips or your wrist, right?
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to. No, I use my whole arm. I use my whole arm and my I use like everything because I play like a medium fast sense, so it's not like too fast where I only have to use my fingertips. I can use everything.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Okay, let me open up like calculator as well. Okay, so there is this thing called eDPI. So the thing about like playing on a 1600 DPI, it's just that it's like too fast. Every time like you
Got
open
an
up
upgrade
somebody's
to
box,
choose.
right? Your DPI kicks in. So like if you're playing on 1600, it's like very hard to pick up like a shield swap very precisely. That's like the problem with it. So I would say like it's better to like play on 800 DPI, but like we're obviously gonna try and like bump up the in-game sensitivity as well to a point where it's like almost the same as whatever you have right now. The only difference would be every time you go in somebody's box, it's gonna be a little bit slower, so making it a little bit easier for you to be like pick up all the shield swaps. You know?
Well,
Okay.
I made it comfortable because I just lowered my mouse sensitivity like on my PC, so it moves like really comfortably for me.
Okay. Well, what in mouse sensitivity are you playing on like on your PC? Because it should be on 6. I'm not sure if you have it the same way, but
Does it
your pointer
does it
speed, this,
I
it
play
should
on
be on
2.
6.
Why does it have to be on 6? I play on 2 and it feels
This
comfortable.
I can choose an upgrade.
Yeah, so
Every
this
decision
this
counts.
is where if you put it on 6, there's like no like your PC is not gonna be able to do anything to your sensor. So when you put it on 6, your PC have no control over your sensor. When you like lower this down, your PC kind of like artificially works on your sensor. So it kind of like uh and like interferes with your sensor. So you're supposed
Okay.
to either lower down your DPI, your in-game sensitivity, but never from here because it's like the same thing when you like get like a new GPU or something, right? It's never recommended to just let Windows update all the graphics, because it can do that on its own as well if only you like look for updates. But it's always better to do it by yourself from its actual website, just so you know exactly what you're looking for. But when you do this from here, right, it's gonna work. It's gonna like start messing up your sensor, making it like less accurate, you can say. Because
Okay.
sensors are really good right now because I'm assuming
Got
you
an upgrade
obviously would
waiting.
have like a
Two
really good
choices,
mouse right
two
now, so you
roads.
don't necessarily have to do it from here. You can do that from your DPI or in-game sensitivity, but never from there.
Okay,
So
but
it's best to like,
if I lower
yep.
my DPI, well then isn't my in-game aim not going to be as accurate because it's not registering as many inputs, so I can't have more controlled aim on a higher sensitivity?
Okay, so now with the kind of mouses there are in the like in the community, right?
Yeah.
Even if you're playing on like 400 DPI, even if you're playing on like 200 DPI, it's like just as accurate as playing on 1600. There's no difference in it. The only difference there is that is like that you can actually see is only gonna be when you're in the box. So right now, you see like how my mouse moving around, right?
Yeah.
So this thing right here depends on my DPI. That's the only reason
Got an
why
upgrade
like
to
it's
choose.
you can if you like look up like the normal average sensitivity that pros use, right?
Yeah.
It's always gonna be on like 800 DPI. It's gonna be either 400 or 800, but
Uh,
never 1600 because 1600 usually like for Apex at least, it's usually considered playing on like 800 is like the most accurate. But not right now. Like I feel like because there are like so many good sensors out there in the market, so you can even play on 1600 and be just as accurate. It's just that when you go in the box, you'll have easier time picking up like shield swaps and all of that.
okay. Okay. I'll lower that. I'll lower that after my session, and I'll see if that makes a difference.
Alright, cool. So I'll tell you like how you can like do that as well. You can like match your in-game sensitivity, but yeah, you can like do that after the session if you like
Okay.
feel like doing it
Yeah, I'll
later,
use an
right? So
eDPI
like
calculator to match it.
Yeah, so like EDPI, you can just so
Upgrade's
EDPI
ready.
is
Time
basically
to make
like
a choice.
in-game sense into your like DPI, right?
Yeah,
So like right now what DPI? Okay, so you're on 1600
yeah.
into
I play a little
what?
bit under Fade sensitivity. I don't play as fast as him. I think he's like 300 more EDPI than me.
Oh, okay. What so the best range of EDPI. So this is like something that I can like type down as well. So like the best range considered for Apex is 800 being the slowest. Like you shouldn't be going any lower than this to 1400 being the fastest. So you shouldn't be going any more than this. Obviously, there are going to be exceptions. If you like look up like ASU or something, they might be playing on like even higher than this, or there might be people playing like even lower than this. But that's like those are very like mechanically gifted people, you know. So like
Yeah, I think
that's why it's
I play 1104.
so you're like DPI like EDPI is about 11 or 4.
Upgrade's ready. Time to make
Yeah,
a choice.
1100 and 4.
Oh, that yeah, I think
That's
that's
like
good.
halfway. And Fade is I think Fade is 13, like 13.6. So
Yeah,
he's like
is
300
it?
more than me, or 200 more
Yeah,
than me.
definitely. Yeah, yeah. It's because the mouse pad that he plays on, right? It's like a mud pad. So it definitely heavily depends on what kind of mouse pad you're playing on as well. Because
Okay.
on glass mouse pads, your ability to make micro adjustments to your aim
Yeah.
is much you're like if that's why it has so much potential. It's like one of those things like your highs are gonna be higher and your lows are gonna be lower on a mouse pad like a glass mouse pad because if you start making mistakes then yeah it's gonna be like very visible. The moment you
Okay.
start shaking it's gonna be much more visible than when you're playing on like a mud pad, but that's like the same thing. You have less potential
Got an
of
upgrade
like
ready.
actually being able
Two
to like
choices,
make
two
those micro
left.
adjustment which is
Path
not
chosen.
doable on
Okay.
like
The
a
winner
slower mouse
leads.
pad, you know.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
But yeah, definitely like try to like all the things for like but yeah like I actually like I think for the range as well, definitely try to see if you can lower it down to a point where 80% of your movement should be from your arm, you know. I would say
Yeah.
like it's best that you try to only use your wrist when you're shooting people who are like far away, like at least this far away, you know, because
Okay.
this is
Only use
where
my
you're
wrist.
yeah like especially when you're shooting far away is what I was trying to say. Like when you have to be more precise with your aim, it's best to only use your wrist around that time, but never when you're in the mid range, like as I am to these ones, right? Because obviously in an actual game they're gonna be moving too, right?
Yeah.
So like so over here I wouldn't want to like focus too much on my wrist. I would like to use my arm more, but
Okay.
I think the sensitivity that you're playing on might not you might not have to like use your arm, but right now you might, but from here you might won't have to, you know.
Okay.
Okay, when it comes to shooting as well, okay, so there is this thing called aim smoothing, right? So
Yeah,
aim
yeah.
smoothing is a little bit different than so like
Oh,
there are two ways
is
of
that
aim
when you
smoothing.
pull your aim sideways and it like goes flat?
Yes, so
Okay.
aim smoothing, there are like two ways of doing this, right? Aim smoothing, the thing that people usually do is like moving in one direction, aiming in the other, right?
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
the first step, but people usually think this is all there is to it, you know? So like every time you want to shoot somebody, so right now see like you you should be able to keep your aim on the target and move opposite directions. This is like when you move in the opposite direction of wherever you're aiming is when you like start aim smoothing, you know? Like aim
Okay.
smoothing won't even like start working unless you do that opposite movement, you know? So like
Okay.
you're supposed to keep your aim on the target and move in the opposite direction. So obviously like when I go right, I have to move my mouse to the left side. So I have to match the speed of my movement basically against somebody who's like standing still, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so
So
I'm basically matching
I'll
my
strafe one
movements with
direction, and then I'll move my mouse the opposite, and I need to keep my speed to match and stay on the target.
exactly. So like you're supposed to focus on the target. Okay, can you please like pick up like a 2 times scope and then like a mag as well? And you're supposed to focus on the target when you're in a position where you can see the whole body of somebody. it's always best that you focus on the target, you know, like
Okay.
never
Okay.
never try to focus on your crosshair. That's why I was saying, like, if your crosshair is too vibrant, like it's too bright, that messes up your subconscious ability to be able to keep the target centered in the middle of the screen, you know.
Yeah, that's
So
why
like
I
you're
made it
supposed to.
black so that it's not bright and it's just, you know, so I can see it easier.
Yeah, yeah, but the problem with that is that whenever you want to shoot somebody who's like where it's like very dark, right? And if you like look towards them from there, I feel like that's gonna make it harder for you to be able to
Well,
keep your aim on the target as well.
I don't know. I don't really see color, you know. I don't see race like that. So whatever color they are, you know, I'm more than happy to shoot them.
Okay. Okay. So
Okay.
okay.
So
Yeah.
so
So
how
when it comes to shooting, so this is the next step. So like every time you want to shoot, you're supposed to pull down your aim a little bit downwards in the opposite direction of wherever you're moving. So basically, you're supposed to move
okay.
it downwards so you can like control the vertical recoil. You know.
Oh, okay, hold on. Did I just do it?
Let me see your. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah. Try doing it again. Yes, you're doing it right now.
Oh, okay.
What?
I'll
What?
hold on.
Why doesn't it show anything other than like on your screen? Do you have that turned off or something? Like the HUD?
Uh, no,
Like doesn't does it show the
no.
rest of the things on your screen? Like the gun,
Yeah,
my
look.
teammate.
Yeah, look.
Oh, now it does. I don't know why wasn't it showing it earlier then. Oh yeah. So see, like now it's not showing up again.
No, I don't know. Maybe my PC's bugged.
And yeah, I guess. Okay. So I was saying, like, yeah, every time you're shooting, you're supposed to go right first and then left. Okay, so you're only supposed to go two directions and three at max, you know?
Okay, so
Two directions and
why right first and not left first? What happens if I go left? Oh, hold
so
on.
when you so
What the heck?
if you use your right hand, right?
Yeah.
Usually
I
it's
made better
better
choices.
easier
I'm at
to
max
move your
level.
right hand to the left side than it is to move your right hand to the like right hand to the right first, if that makes sense. So like all the movements that you're gonna do like on the left side, right, like this, right, it's usually easier, at least for me. That's what I think. So like I feel like it makes it easier for me to control the vertical recoil initially, you
Okay,
know, initially
so
it makes it easier.
if I strafe right first, it's easier than to strafe left first.
Yes, like initially when you shoot, like yeah, if somebody's moving as well, it doesn't really make that big of a difference. But I would say like focus on just working on one side first, you know, like get yourself used to doing this. You can obviously do the other one as well. It's just that I wanted you to like work on one specific thing, you know, so you're
Yeah.
more comfortable. You kind of get used to doing this thing instead of trying to do the both things and not really knowing what exactly to
Okay.
work on, you know. So like get better at doing it one thing and then do the other, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, I do feel
Okay.
it's a lot easier to go to the right. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay,
What
so
the
another
fuck?
thing
That's
about this,
like it's like a
for
fucking cheat code. What the heck?
yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
now focus on the target.
Yeah.
You have to focus on the target. Like,
This
okay,
upgrade should help.
another thing about it, you're not supposed to just go in one direction. Obviously, that would make you a very easier target to shoot at, right? Like, if only you like keep going in one direction, I'm just gonna be able to like easily track you like that, right? So you're
Okay.
supposed to go in one direction and then change the direction by the time you crack somebody. So obviously, it's not like that's not really the reason why you would want to change your direction. The reason should be that you feel like your aim's about to go off the target, so you obviously have to like keep an eye on the target. Your subconscious mind will be able to like figure out when your aim's about to go off the target, you know. So like, it's like when I'm shooting at this target, right, I would switch my direction to the other side only when I feel like my crosshairs about to drag off the target. So like let's just say I start shooting at this guy, right, I'm not gonna wait for my crosshair to go off of him, but just to kind of give you an idea. So like this, I would start moving the other way. So basically, what I did, instead of trying to just use my mouse, like I have played on a very fast mouse pad myself. The only problem that I used to encounter kind of is that I started focusing too much on my aim because I felt like I had much more ability, like I had so much more potential to be able to do that. But in this game, it's like it should be a mixture of both. You shouldn't just be relying heavily on your aim and not really focusing on how you're moving, you know? Because
Okay.
yes, you can literally do anything with your mouse right now because of the move like freedom that you have. Like there's literally no static friction on your mouse, right? So static friction is like when you are like moving your mouse in like very small circles on your mouse pad, So this is
Okay.
what's considered as static friction, and the dynamic friction is when you're like moving your mouse around on your mouse pad. So I feel like both of those are like way too low on like a glass mouse pad, So like that's why it's better to start like forcing yourself to play slow on a mouse pad that is very fast,
Okay.
because if a mousepad is fast, you would have to slow yourself down. If like a mousepad is slow, you would obviously have to like make yourself faster. It depends on which one you prefer or whatever it is that you're used to. But you know, like and now like when you're shooting, only move direction like this. Like let's just say I start shooting at this guy, right? I'm gonna I'm gonna switch my direction. So this definitely works more when I'm shooting further away. So I'm like switching my direction the moment I feel like my aim's about to go off the target. So I'm basically using my movement to keep my aim on target.
Okay, I see. I see.
Focus on your movement. You're supposed to go in two directions or three at max. It's not like there's a limit on it, but it's just that if you like start moving, switching too many directions at once, your aim smoothing won't work. You're gonna look like almost like a stationary target, and that's gonna make you an easier target. So you have to aim better, all while making yourself a little bit harder target to shoot at.
Okay, so don't strafe really fast, but have longer strafes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes.
That looked really
Yeah.
good.
I
That looked
was
better than I've ever done before.
Nice, man. So see, like right now, you see, the thing that you're being able to do right now is because you have like so much more potential when it comes to like those micro adjustments, like as long as you keep yourself calm, as long as uh you're like very precise with your aim, like the moment you
Yeah.
start shaking, your aim's gonna be all over the place. So like that's like the biggest thing when it comes to like a fast mouse pad, is that you have to constantly almost force yourself to not panic in a fight, because the moment you do, your aim's gonna be all over the place, like
Yeah.
yes, it has so much more potential, but that's you have like just as much room for making mistakes as well, you know
Okay. Okay. So
yeah.
how do I start using this when I'm like in a gunfight? Like I feel like my aim obviously isn't
Yeah.
like the best, but like what about like how to take fights and stuff? Like how do I push people?
Yes.
Like could we do like some like
Yeah.
1v1s or something and you kind of like show me like what I'm doing
So
wrong?
yeah, definitely. I was like I was just gonna get to that, but okay. When it comes to actually shooting people, that was just to kind of give you an idea on how to aim smooth, like
Okay.
so basically I was trying to like explain to you like how aim smoothing works in general. So like the thing that I was trying to like actually like tell you was that you have to start moving in opposite directions. You're supposed to use more of your movement to aim, those kind of things. When it comes to shooting this guy right here, the fact that he's like in the mid range right now, right, and he's moving, so every time you see somebody moving, your first thought should never be to try and like shoot at almost the same time as you aim, every time you see somebody moving, always try to aim a little bit ahead in the direction that they're moving in. So what I basically mean by that is that don't aim in real time, but predict the movement of whoever it is that you're shooting at. So yes, you might end up having to like take longer than someone else, right? Like you're gonna have your own time than somebody else, and you're supposed to move in the opposite directions as well. So like let's just say I'm like I want to shoot this guy, right? I'm gonna try to start aiming the other direction, and the moment I feel like I'm actually being able to do that, uh so if I do this thing, right, like if I move in opposite direction, when the bots go right, I go left. When it go left, I go right. So this is what's called, no, so this forces me to work on my aim basically. So right now I'm not only just working on my aim, I'm like not on, so there are like different aspects of aim as well,
Okay.
right? Aim
So
smoothing. So when I do that, sorry.
when I try to aim in front of them, hold on. When I aim in front of them and I aim smooth, I don't hit them.
Yes.
So I'm trying to like lead my shot like you said, but my shots, hold on. I'll wait for him to respawn.
Yeah.
I'll lead my shots, but like my shots,
Okay,
they're
so
not
right now
hitting
you're like
him.
way too off. Okay, so if this is the middle of the target, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
let's just say. So if this is where the target is, right? And he's
Yeah.
like moving in this direction. You're supposed to aim. Okay, so if this is the middle of the target, right? One thing, you're supposed to always shoot around the chest area because the hitbox is the biggest around this part. Another thing, you're supposed to, if this is the middle of the target, you're supposed to, if this is moving to the left, you're supposed to just shoot somewhere over here. Not like some this far away. Right now you're shooting somewhere over here.
Oh,
So you're supposed to go move a little bit on that direction so that you know that you're gonna be able to track the target. Okay, so imagine if the target was moving to the left and this is where the middle of the target is, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was shooting here as is it's going that way. There's gonna be so many times when the guy's gonna move a little bit faster and my aim's gonna go off the target. But if your aim's here, it's easier for you to like keep your aim on target because it's kind of moving in the direction where your aim is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it
Like
makes sense.
if I
So no, I get that.
so over here,
I have a question though. I have a question though. If
yes.
if hold on, I think you deleted it off of your screen. I think you erased it. If he if you say like don't aim like close to the middle because sometimes he'll move faster. How is he going to move faster if you can only strafe at one speed?
No, like I'm saying, like in a sense that he can probably like slide or something as well, you know?
Oh,
Like
okay, okay.
I'm saying like in general,
Yeah,
like
yeah, I
he can
got you.
obviously like stem. He can probably like, there are like so many things that he can do that would make him faster, you know? Like
Okay.
there are like so many abilities that can potentially make you faster,
All right.
run at a faster speed than you normally do, right?
All right, I'm going to try this. So
Like you
aim a
can,
little bit to the left or to the right of the direction that he's moving. Okay.
so you have to be moving as well.
Okay.
Okay, so start moving in the opposite directions first. Nice, man.
Okay. So if he's going that way. Oh, okay. I see. I see. So aim a little bit on the side. See, hold on.
And
I'll
you're
aim on the
supposed to
middle. I'll
constantly
aim on
keep
the
shooting.
middle, and I want to see what it's like if I aim on the middle. Okay, hold on. Oh my god. It's like when I think about what I want to do, it kind of works, but when I just like... But when I like don't think about it and I just like aim, it's like it just goes all over. Well, you said keep
So,
holding it, like
okay,
keep shooting?
yeah, keep
But then the
shooting. Don't
recoil,
stop.
but
Okay,
then the
so
recoil's gonna kick up.
yeah, that's the thing. So you're supposed to pull down your aim a little bit downward in the opposite direction of wherever you're aiming. That's like the another thing about aim smoothing, right? So you're supposed to like pull it down a little bit in the opposite direction. So like let's just say you start shooting somebody, right? Like the guy that is like right in front of you. So yes,
Yeah.
obviously when you're gonna shoot, it's gonna look like it's like on the target. But when you when you're moving the other way, you're supposed to pull down a little bit to be able to counter the vertical recoil, all while keeping your mouse keeping your mouse going in that same direction. You know,
Okay.
but there's you're gonna have to pull it downward a little bit, like this. So this is the direction that you would have to pull your mouse in, like either this or this. You know,
Okay, here,
not
let's see it.
obviously this much, but just to kind of give you an idea that you have to like pull down a little bit
Okay, so
instead of
here, am I doing it? Am I doing it? Hold on. So I won't shoot, but like...
yes, just a little bit. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Okay.
You kind of get the idea of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll take a little bit of practice, but yeah. It's like aimbot.
Nice.
Oh my god, dude. It's like there's like... Whoa! I've literally never
What
hit a
happened?
super glide before. Okay.
I think you almost did it again. It's because you're playing on a very high frame rate, and there's only the only way you can actually hit a super glide consistently is to have like a bind. You're gonna have to bind like bind basically like find like a CFG or something, you know.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Like, but yeah, changing something in your CFG. But it's not. It's like almost impossible to do that consistently if you don't have like a bind on. It's just impossible. I've
Okay.
never seen anybody who do that without binds. And but yeah. What mouse do you have? Like what
I have the Razer Viper V3 Pro.
okay. Okay, 1 second. I'll send you. Try to use this. Can you probably like share your screen? Are you able to share your screen like the way that I'm sharing
Uh,
right now?
yeah, hold on. Let me just make sure I close some tabs here. I don't want you to see this.
Definitely. Open this
Uh,
up. Like your
oh, I uninstalled that.
uninstall the Synapse.
Yeah, because it runs in the background and it slows your PC down.
Really?
Yeah, it's really bad for your PC. It's always running in the background.
Yeah, but you can just turn it off from here. Like if you go to Task Manager, right? You can just go to
Oh, I still
Startup
have it.
and turn off. Oh, nice. That's good.
Okay, let me. Where's Discord? How does change screen? Change stream screen. Screen one. Okay.
1 second. Are you sharing your screen right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, 1 sec. Did you see what I did?
Yeah, I think it looked like you set up a macro. I saw a jump, crouch,
Yes.
crouch, jump. What's that?
Okay, now 1 second.
Bro, is he fucking giving me like configs to like
Am I not
fucking
able to
cheat?
send this?
Bro, is my coach? Is coach about to teach me how to cheat? Bro, what is this?
So this is like a macro. So you can
Okay.
like if you like if you want you can like set it up from here as well.
What does it do?
So basically it allows you to super glide, you know? So like I've actually like binded it to my mouse. So like basically so this is what it is. If you come here, you can actually like record it as well. So like these are the timings for it. So like what I've actually done, I've binded this macro to my mouse wheel, like mouse buttons 5, I think.
Okay.
This is that's what this is, right?
Yeah.
So so what it allows me to do is like it makes it so much easier for me to super glide now.
Okay.
Yeah, like if so that's what I was saying. Like it's very hard to do that if when your FPS are like very high, you know? So like if you want to do that, there's only it's very hard to actually hit it because the time window to be able to do this on the frame rate that you're playing on is probably like I don't know 15 milliseconds or something. So I feel like that would make it like so much more harder for you. It's almost very impossible to hit it
Okay, yeah, I
consistently.
play 240 FPS, so sometimes I definitely find like it's just like I'm just like over here like crouching and I'm just like dead sliding on the box. But then other times I'm just like it just boom.
Yes. But yeah, definitely like try it out. Like if you feel like everyone like do it, right? You can if you want, you can take like a picture of this, or I can
Okay.
like send that to you as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, can you send me that file? I thought yeah, it looked like you
Yes,
like okay.
I've sent you that file. So this is basically the macro that I had set up, right? So like
Yeah.
this is the macro that I'm using for my so this is the same macro. So this
Okay.
like that's the one that I just sent you as well. But
Okay.
yeah, like these are what the values are if you don't want to like download that, because I can definitely understand, you know. But I
Yeah,
can
okay.
like send this to you so
Yeah,
you
I
can
got
like
you.
you're you're able to like record this from here and you can definitely like set it up like just by looking at it as well.
Okay.
It's just that I had made that macro earlier, so that's why I sent that to you. But
Okay.
yeah, so you're gonna have to first go to Synapse and download macro from here.
All right.
I think it's
I'll
you're
try
gonna
that
have to like
later. I'll
download.
try it later.
Yeah.
I'll see about maybe putting it on like my keyboard or something because I have my holster, my swap weapon on my mouse 4 and 5. So I don't know if I'm gonna like put it on my mouse. I might get like a new keyboard then and like put it on my keyboard so that I can macro super glide on my keyboard instead of my mouse.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like if you feel like doing it that way, then sure. But yeah, I was just trying to like tell you like that's like the way you can actually do it as well. Or like that's how mostly people do that, you know?
Okay.
All right. Okay,
All right.
now let's go over a little bit of over like how we're supposed to take fires as well.
Let's do it.
Okay. Why am I not supposed to like close this for now? All right. This is where that was. Alrighty. Okay. When it comes to taking fires in general, right? You're supposed to okay, so let me go like show you the positioning thing as well. Okay. So basically there are two ways that you can like position yourself in a fight, right? One is okay, so first there are two grounds involved, low ground, high ground. If this is the guy that I'm fighting with, right now I'm on the same ground as him, right?
Yeah.
If I go down here, then I'd be on the lower ground. Up here is where I'd be on the higher ground. But in both of these situations, I don't really have any advantage over him. You know, so you're supposed to not only find like a ground, like a different ground, but you have to have like some sort of cover as well. You know, so like covers are really important. This is something that you have to focus on, like prioritize the most initially when you engage in a fight. Because once you start a fight in like a bad way, or so what I mean by that is like once you start a fight without having some sort of cover, you're gonna end up taking too much damage, and that like changes the whole trajectory of like your whole fight. You know, so like if you start a fight in a bad way, there's only so much you can do. Like yes, obviously there are gonna be situations where you might be able to like actually 1v3 as well, just by relying on your mechanical skills, like your movement and your aim, right?
Yeah.
That's only doable if you're like it's very hard. It's hard to find patterns in that though, right? It's like you're
Okay.
supposed to prioritize having some sort of cover initially, so you, you basically you um take less time like healing up in fights and like use like be able to like shoot more in general, you know? So your priority should always be like take less damage all while being able to do more. That's what allows you to push,
Okay.
you know? And
Yeah.
I have like made a few of your clips as well, and I like try to point out like how you can position yourself a little bit differently.
Okay.
But but yeah, so okay, so when it comes to positioning yourself as well, there are two grounds involved, and then on those grounds you have to have some sort of cover as well. You know, like even when you're on the same ground, you should still have some sort of cover. So basically there are two ways that you can cover yourself. First one is horizontal and the second one is vertical. Horizontal is basically a head glazing. This is like a much better way of positioning yourself.
Okay.
Okay, head glitching. Okay, so the first one is being on a high ground and looking down on somebody. These are like the three ways that you can like hold a head glitch. So the first one, being on a high ground and looking down at somebody, right? So over here, I just chose this high ground because it just is a little bit better. I could have like chosen a different one as well, but yeah. So like every time you look for a high ground, you're supposed to so okay. So every time you look for a high ground, you're supposed to find a high ground that has enough space on it that it allows you to like move backward. You know,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be like that one because as I was saying, like that's not a good high ground because it doesn't have enough space on it that it would allow me to like move back and actually hold a head glitch. Head glitch is basically being able to peek somebody all while like only while showing your head.
Okay. So head glitch everything. Okay.
Yes. So like if this is the guy that I'm like looking at, right? My crosshair needs to be closer to this edge right here. So like your crosshair, like when you ADS, your crosshair is your faces. Like that's exactly where your face is right now. So
Okay.
like your crosshair should be a little bit above this line right here. That shows you that your face is a little bit above this. So like basically what it shows you is that this is where your face is, like this upward arrow, right?
Yeah.
This is where your face is. So like you're supposed to keep that closer to this edge right here. Whatever cover it is that you're playing off of, you're supposed to keep this very close to this line right here. If I peek out this much, then there is this big of a gap right now. So like it's like I'm overexposing myself right now. So if I like move back a little bit more, so like right now I'm like overexposing myself. I'm gonna move back a little bit. So like this is where I would actually be. I'm gonna actually try to like place myself in an actual fight, basically.
Okay.
You know. So obviously that would make it much harder for you to be able to shoot me, right? Because right now I'm peeking a little bit more. So like you're supposed to keep your crosshair as close to the. So it depends as well. So it depends on who exactly it is that you're going up against. Like if I go up against somebody who's actually being able to deal that much damage to me and is like looking in my direction as well. So there is another thing that you have to do. No matter what kind of cover it is that you're playing off of, you're supposed to focus on your jiggle peaks as well.
Okay.
So like jiggle peaking is like going in and out of cover, regardless of what kind of cover it is that you're playing off of. You're supposed to like go in and out of it. You know.
Okay.
So like if this is the guy that I'm looking at and he's looking in my direction as well, obviously I'm gonna like my goal is to take less damage all while being able to deal more, right? So there are gonna be people who are like really good at actually being able to like shoot back, you know. So like
Yep.
if that's the case, I'm gonna try like go back into the cover and like peek a little bit again like this. You know, like I'm gonna make sure that I'm being able to deal more damage all while taking less. So like that's what I would do if I'm like looking at the guy who's looking in my direction as well, and he's actually being able to like do damage on me too. You know,
Yeah, okay.
but if obviously like I'm going up against somebody who's like not even looking my direction, then then I'll be fine.
Got it. Okay.
Then it doesn't even matter how I peek. But yeah, like the closer you get to the enemies, the more you have to be careful of how you position yourself. You know, so like I'm very cautious of how I position myself, especially when I'm closer to the enemies that I'm fighting with.
Okay.
You know,
Got
yes.
it. Yeah.
So like the
That makes
first way
sense.
was from the high ground. The second one would be from the lower ground, as long as they're like some sort of slope, as you can see here. Like it could be stairs. You can be on the lower end of the stairs, looking towards somebody who's like on the upper end. And as you get closer to the enemies, right? You're supposed to only peek out so that you can see like upper half of the body. Like you're not supposed to like peek so that you can see the whole body when you can already see them properly, right? Like I'm close enough to be able to see the whole body of the target right now, so I wouldn't want to like peek out even more. But if I'm like far away and it's already hard for me to see, then yeah, it'll be fine. Like I can peek out so that I can see the whole body. But when I'm closer, I usually just peek out so that I can see like the upper half of the body. You know? So that's what I usually do. And
Okay.
if that guy starts shooting me, I'm gonna go back into the cover as well, like jiggle peek. No matter what the cover is, I have to focus on that. Then you can do that from the stairs as well. Like it's like the same thing. You can do that from the slopes as well. You know, like mountain or from like you're like on one end of the cover, like over here, and you're like looking towards somebody like this.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
kind of comes down to like a head glitch. But yeah, like when I'm closer, I only peek like so that I can see the upper half of the guy. I don't really like peek out so that I can see the whole body even when I'm already close enough to the target. Because I'd just be like overexposing. And I'm gonna be making sure that as soon as the guy starts shooting at me, I'm gonna try to go back into the cover. I wouldn't wanna like constantly keep shooting as the guy is looking in my direction as well.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, so don't stay in the open while you shoot. Got it.
Definitely, yeah. Make sure to go back into the cover as soon as you feel like you're taking too much damage. Because that's what allows you to push up in the first place.
Okay, having more
Like,
health? Okay.
yes. So like damage is what allows you like health is definitely what allows you to be able to like get closer to the enemies, you know? It's like over here, like if you are able to like deal more damage, that's what's gonna allow you to push up in the first place. But yeah, like there's the like different thing that I would do when it comes to pushing up as well, which what people usually do. You know, it depends on what kind of damage you did to somebody. But yeah, like I usually so when you deal more damage, you get to walk up. Or when you or your teammates are taking more damage, like if obviously your teammate is taking more damage, just expect to get pushed, right? So you're supposed to like be a little bit away from your teammate. Like let's just say you're over here, your teammate got took so much damage here. You should instantly look in the direction that he was getting shot at because they might end up pushing you right after. you know. So like you're supposed to look over, but if you're the one who ended up taking more damage, then you're supposed to like move backwards, so you can like create more distance and be able to like heal up, you know. Because
Okay.
if you just stay where you took the damage, one thing that's very predictable, if you're not repositioning yourself, if somebody's like over here and I took the damage and I'm like if I start popping a bat right here, then I'm probably gonna get pushed before I pull it off, you know.
Got it. Okay.
So like yeah, so like usually it's better to like create some distance as well as soon as you take the damage, you know, depending on
Yeah.
how close you were to the target that you were like to the enemy that you took damage from.
Okay.
uh but yeah, like, so when it comes to third way is like boxes, could be any sort of box you can like
Okay.
look over it, but there needs to be like some sort of difference in the ground to be able to use this current kind of cover, you know. Like right
Okay.
now, like I'm using this box right here to be able to head glitch, but the guy is like on the higher ground, that's why I'm being able to do this, you know. Like if the guy is like
Yeah.
on the same ground, then I won't be able to like look over this, but it depends on the kind of cover that you have. You just have to make sure that your cross is closer to the edge of the cover, whatever it is that you're using. That's what would tell you. That's what's gonna tell you that you're actually holding a head glitch. You know.
Okay.
And the
So
second way is like Sorry. Yeah,
I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say, can we like put this into like some 1v1s, because like talking about it, like it
Sure.
makes sense, but like I don't know if it's gonna like stick with me or
Sure.
click if I don't like practice.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. So how do we like, what do we do for these like 1v1s? Like do you usually do that, or do you usually just kind of like explain it?
Uh, we can do 1v1s as well. I feel like if you feel like that would be easier, that would make it easier for you to like learn that way.
Okay.
Then definitely, I feel like we should do that. You know.
All right, let's do it.
Alright. One second. Well, what guns do you want to do? What guns do you usually play?
I usually play like R9 like flatline, or like I'll do like Prowler flatline or Prowler R3, but yeah, I'll do like flatline like R9 maybe.
Sure, let's do that.
All right, what attachments do we put on it?
Whatever you want. Like,
All right.
whatever attachments you like to use.
Okay.
Normally you can use those.
Like all gold, or like that's what I'm asking.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, if you like put on all the gold attachments, then yeah, sure. You can do that. One sec.
I'm gonna go watch me 1 sec. Okay, I got my R9. I got my flatline. Let's do it. I'm gonna turn off my screen share so that my PC runs a little smoother. Let's close Synapse. Okay.
Alright. Let's go.
Okay. Oh, you do 1v1s like this? I was watching someone on YouTube and they do like 1v1s like side to side, but I don't know what's better.
We can do it from here. Like, it would allow us to like reposition ourselves.
Okay.
Over here, if we do it from here, it's just gonna be like focusing a bit too much on the aim. But,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, either one works fine.
All right, I'm ready whenever you are. I don't know what you how to like. Okay.
I'm gonna ping.
Okay. Oh damn. Okay.
Okay, so when you're peeking me, right? Try to
Yeah.
just play off of this cover right here, and try to peek me off of her. You know, like every time you peek me, instead of like trying to shoot
Like
me all like shooting me all by coming all the way out, try to play off of this and make so this line right here, because this is like the other type of covers, right?
yeah,
So these are
yeah.
like vertical covers. So you're like supposed to make sure that you actually use more of like the jiggle peek, especially when you're using
Okay.
these kind of covers. Because the
Okay.
moment you don't you stop like jiggle peeking, you're gonna be like right there in the open.
Okay, I'll jiggle
You know?
peek in and out.
Yeah. Make
Okay.
sure that you're actually using jiggle peeks more, especially when you feel like every time you peek from the left or right side of the cover, you end up being in the open, you know?
Okay, I got it.
Alright, let's go.
Okay.
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 Okay. Okay, let's try to shoot as well.
Getting shot at.
So you need to kind of find like a balance of like being able to shoot. So you're supposed to use more of the covers when you feel like you're actually like taking a little bit more damage, you know? Because it obviously like, it depends on the time as well. Like we have to make sure that we're not like taking too long trying to just fight each other and like constantly repositioning.
Okay.
So it kind of depends in real time. So when you peek me first and you see like you end up taking a little bit more damage than usual, and you feel like you're about to get pushed, then yeah, you can like
Then you
try to
start
move
jiggle
yourself.
peeking. Okay.
Yeah, like when you start taking damage is when you can like start going back into the cover. But yeah, at first it's obviously like a little bit better that you constantly keep peeking me and like go from there, you know, depending on
Okay.
how much damage I do. So kind of like figure out what kind of a player it is that you're going up against as well, you know.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, every time you peek me, make sure to take your time. So
Okay.
like,
Got you.
yeah, take your time to be able to actually like shoot me as well. Don't try like shoot just like being like very quick with your aim. That's only gonna make you miss more shots than anything, you know. Like it's better to like build up a habit of being more accurate in general. Yeah, nice. Yeah, exactly. Like, every time you're shooting me, as
Oh,
you're shooting me,
okay.
it's best that you like try and like go
I
back
found
into
an
the
enemy.
cover.
So like shoot, you're
So
saying like shoot more, right? Like when I'm shooting, don't like, but like
yes, you shoot more. Yeah,
shoot more.
instead
Got
of
it.
yeah, definitely shoot more, and then depending on how much damage I'm doing to you, right? That's what's gonna tell you like what kind of a player it is that you're going up against. Like if you see me being able to deal like so much more damage to you, then yes, definitely it would be like that's how you would know like you're up against like somebody who's like actually mechanically really good. So then you're supposed to like actually prioritize even more of the cover or be like more accurate with your aim or whatever. Because obviously you can't be playing the same way against somebody who's like relatively new to the game
Downed
than
an enemy.
somebody who's like playing the game for a very long time, you know? It
Okay, I
depends on
got it.
whether you're playing ranked or pubs or whatever it is, but yeah.
Got it.
In pubs
Okay.
I usually like work more on my like movement and like mechanical skills in general. But when I'm in a ranked game, that's when I like try to be like unpredictable most of the time. Like
Okay.
shooting somebody as they're like looking somewhere else, some kind of thing, you know? Because mostly like it's a little bit harder if the lobby is like too sweaty in general.
Okay, got it.
Nice.
All right, let's do it. I'll jiggle peek more, and I'll shoot harder when I peek you. Got it.
Definitely
Okay.
nice.
Contact with target.
Alright.
Okay, okay, I see. I didn't jiggle
Nice.
peek there, so that you just laser beam me. Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay, I'm
like
gonna
okay,
try that
so
again.
that's another thing as well. So like when you're moving around, like the way you moved around here, that was really good. Like that instinct of going back into the cover the moment you figured out where exactly I was, that's really good. So like when you're moving around, like just trying to like reposition yourself, right?
Okay.
The moment you figured out I was still there, you tried going back into the cover so you can be like prepared and like peek me from a different angle. That was good. Like
Okay.
even though I ended up like being able to like hit some shots
Hostile
there,
close.
but that's like a good instinct to have, you know,
Okay.
instead of
Got
just
it.
trying to like shoot it the moment you peek me from there. Yeah,
Got it.
go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right, I'm gonna try that one more
Okay, so
time.
nice man. Yeah, I feel like your aim's really good, man.
Well, yeah,
So
now I'm aim
mostly I feel like
smoothing. I'm aim smoothing when I see you instead of like just trying to control my recoil. Oh, my bad. Were we not going?
yeah, go ahead. Let's go.
Okay.
1 second, my bad.
Dude, aim smoothing is just like it's almost like I'm cheating. Like right there, I did what you said. We're like pulled down and like on the side, and
Yeah.
it's just like a laser beam coming off my gun. I've
Yeah,
literally never done that
definitely. Yeah.
before. I just always would like pull straight down or like only pull left and right, but I never like pulled down and like slightly to the left or yeah, like that's so cool.
Let's go this way.
Yeah, definitely. Like every time you're shooting, make sure that you're like trying to aim smooth as well. Like I feel like when somebody's like moving as well, it's better to like move in the opposite direction. Like as soon as you see me
Yeah.
like coming out of from here, right? Like as soon as I see you doing that thing, right? Instead of me trying to like constantly still trying to aim right here, when I move in the opposite direction, it allows me to go back into the cover as well. So like it helps me jiggle peek better
Okay.
if I like move in the opposite directions as well. Like that's
Okay.
another thing about it. Like when you work, like when you learn how to shoot in like opposite directions, it would allow you to be able to like keep shooting as you're going back into the cover sometimes, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
So like,
Contact.
yeah. Okay, let's go.
Getting shot at.
Nice, man.
Ah, okay. So like what did I do wrong there? Because
Okay.
like I had all that
So
damage on you and then I pushed you and
yeah.
you just like killed me somehow.
Okay, so the thing about that is like every time you do damage to me, like that was good of you to push me, right? So usually when I'm trying to push towards somebody, I usually try to like flank them. So like it depends, right? So in this the situation that you were in, right? You ended up having to like push straight to me. So if I didn't peek you right there and you like peek me like push me all the way here, then I would have been in a like
We should
at a
head this way.
disadvantage. So that's why I peeked you as soon as I felt like I was about to get pushed because you initially did really good damage to me, right? So instead of instead of trying to like push me straight right there, right? What I probably would have like done a little bit differently is I probably would have like peek pushed from the right side something. It depends on the damage. Like I feel like the kind of damage you did, you definitely could have pushed me, but probably from like a higher ground, so I had no other option but to fight you in the open, you know? So
Yeah,
like you
okay.
had like more chances of winning that fight. But if obviously you like try to push straight to me, like from here, right? Like let's just say you crack me right here. You're supposed to like move around either from the right side or left side, depending on where the covers are. So like let's just say I crack you and you don't even do any damage to me. I'm supposed to like push up from the right side, so I have like all these covers around me to close the gap, you know? So
Okay.
like I have to close the gap using covers instead of trying to like push straight towards somebody. Because if the other person peeks me as I'm pushing towards them, right? I'm gonna
Yeah.
end up being in the open, you know?
Okay. Okay, perfect. I'll try that.
People
Yep.
have been through here.
Alright, let's go.
I'm taking shots.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, you see right there? Right there, I see what you said because you said to like go around when you're pushing and then you just went straight through the open and then I like laser beamed you right there with the aim smooth.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. I totally see
Yeah.
what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Like when you moved back into the cover as well, I feel like your aim is really good, man. Like I actually feel that way. I feel like your aim is definitely really good. It's mostly sometimes when you're like moving around as well, right? Like especially
Yeah.
when it comes to using covers, just approaching a little bit differently would definitely help you out a lot. Like just approaching the fights a little bit differently because you definitely are picking up like really quick. But
Yeah.
what's your in game rank? Like what's the highest rank you've ever been?
The highest rank I ever got was diamond. Um and that was with a full team, but I don't know, like we just like we would always like do lots of damage but we could never get kills, so like we would like poke at people with like G7s or like R301s and like we would just like never get kills, which I feel like was like a really big issue for us. Why like we never really won any games. Like I don't know, it's so hard to explain. Like we'd always get like second places or like third places, but we'd never win. We'd always get to the end game with like lots of damage and we never really got kills because I feel like we never pushed anyone, but everyone would always push us.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah, I feel like the aim smooth thing, like, I don't know, I've never really done that before. And like, it just kind of like really clicked. Like, I would
Yeah.
always just like either stand still and shoot, or I would like shake left and right. and I would like try to like move my crosshair to like be on the person, and it would just like always go all over. Once you're like, I think what really clicked was when you were like, don't strafe a lot, like only like 1 to 2 strafes, and then you can just like focus on like just a slight
Targets
pull down.
usually.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, yeah, definitely, yeah. Like
yeah,
that allows you to like focus a little bit better, makes you a little bit harder target because you're not like switching directions too quick to a point where you're almost like stationary from like the enemy's point of view, right?
yeah. Okay. Could we work a little bit on like pushing up? I feel like I can like shoot from where I am. Like I said, I get lots of damage like when I shoot from where I
Yeah.
am, but I don't really know how to push. Can we like do a couple
Like
1v1s and see like work on pushing if we
yeah,
have enough
definitely.
time?
It's like yeah, definitely, yeah,
Okay.
for sure. However long it takes, it's got
Okay.
nothing to do with time. Like the moment, okay, so yeah, like every time you shoot me, right? So that's the thing that I was telling you about, right? The thing that allows you to push up is being in a position where you're more healthier than whoever it is that you're pushing up. It's just that when you're pushing towards them, you have to make sure that as you're gonna like push that person, you're not gonna end up being in the open, you know? Like let's just say like I'll show you like a few of your fires that you were taking, right? Let me see. Where did I record that though? You I think I don't even have enough space. I actually do.
Damn, bro, you got no more room on your PC, man. You're maxing out those maxing out those discs. God damn.
It should have been recorded here. I think it was somewhere else. Just a second. Also, oh yeah. Was it? I think I wasn't even recording. Let me see.
While you look for that,
Yep.
actually I forgot what I was gonna ask, never mind.
Let me see where it goes though. Just a second. Yeah, I don't know where it went. It's because I actually like updated my drivers earlier today.
Oh, okay.
Probably that's. Yeah, maybe that's why. Sure, sorry about that, but yeah, I feel like I don't know where it exactly went because it's supposed to go in here, but it just says it's working on it. Uh, right. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, so this is another thing. Where's the other clip as well? Okay, so like let's just say this was a vertical cover, right? Like the as I was like showing to you earlier. Like
Yeah.
vertical covers are like when you're playing off like walls, doors, or could be behind like boxes as well. As long as every time you have to peek from either left or the right side, right? So
Yeah.
you're supposed to use those kind of covers to kind of like isolate 1v1s as well. Like even though like the one that you were playing earlier is already solos, right? So like most of the fires that you were gonna take were already isolated.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to use the vertical covers in a way that you only peek one guy at a time. You know, like let's just say if you there's somebody here, there's somebody here, and then there's another guy here, right? You're supposed to every time you peek, you have to initially like get an idea of where everybody is as well to be able to like only peek somebody in a way that you're only peeking one guy at a time instead of like trying to shoot this guy when there's like another guy somewhere on the left side as well, you know. But that's something that comes down to like the info that you get, you know. Like
Yeah.
every time you like in a fight, you're supposed to like look for the enemies that you're fighting with to be able to get that info, and then like obviously you would be able to like reposition yourself according to the enemies that you were fighting with, right? So like
Okay.
so this over here as well, like let's just say you were fighting this guy. As long as okay, so the moment you backed out, right? Let me see. Okay, so over here you backed out. If even there's like a slight chance of you getting pushed right here, you're supposed to, if you can't play this, that was the cover, right? Like
Yeah.
this this door right here was the cover that you had initially. The moment you walked back, now you don't have any cover. So basically, like you cornered yourself in the open. So if somebody were to like push towards you, you would end up being in the open. So like this right here, all of this is in the open. So if whoever, like let's just say there was only one guy there, and that guy like pushed you, right? That guy would be able to jiggle big, but you won't be able to do anything right here, right? So you're like in a, you're gonna be at a disadvantage if this guy ends up trying to like take a look at you, because this would become a vertical cover for him, but that would make you in the open, like that would get you in the open, you know. So
Yeah,
like
but there's an
if you end
ash
up
snare there, so that's why I didn't move, because he would get tethered by the ash snare and then he'd be stuck.
yeah, so like the thing about that is like I'm saying in general, you know.
Oh,
So if
okay.
I were you, as soon as it got cracked right here, right, I would have backed up probably over here, because I could have like held a head glitch there. Like if I move back a little bit, let's see like all the possibilities that we had up until that point, you know. Because those, like that's where you can probably like move back to as well, right? Like let's just say when you went inside, let's try to analyze all the surroundings, right? Because every time you're fighting, one another thing as well, make sure to not have your gun out most of the time, you know, like it slows you down significantly, especially when you, one thing, when you have it out, it slows you down, and then on top of that, if somebody starts shooting you as well, that's gonna slow you down even more, you know. So like you're supposed to, like there's this thing that I usually say, like you have to run, pull out the gun, slide and jump, you know. So like that's like as easy as it sounds, it's just that you're gonna have to like try it out. But I feel like you do that though. Like I feel like if you like focus on that, you definitely do that thing where
Okay.
you like where you're supposed to run, pull out the gun, slide and jump. So like you're not supposed to slide for too long. Just run, pull out the gun, slide and jump right after. So it doesn't slow you down. But it's because like if you have your gun out already and then you try to slide jump, it slows you down a little bit more, right? So like I usually, like whenever I'm moving around, I instantly like holster my guns, and as soon as I see somebody, I never try to like straight up try shooting them, you know. Like I always try to slide towards the closest cover, and then I try to pull out my gun as I'm doing that, you know. Like if I end
Oh.
up seeing you, I'm gonna try like slide and jump, pull out the gun like that, instead of trying to fight with you while having my gun out. Because some people make this mistake as well, is that when they're running around, like let's just say you already had your gun out, right, and then somebody sees you from the right side, some people just instantly turn around to shoot them as well, right?
Dude,
Because definitely if you do
I
that,
can't
one
I
thing,
can't do this
that
anymore,
person
bro.
saw you first and
It's
he
just
was able to put in
it's
some
like a
damage before you
it's
even
like a
turned around.
brain
So like
aneurysm
you're
worth of just
obviously at a
information. He's
disadvantage
just like
already. So you're like,
spewing
if you
out like
start getting shot
random
at,
things
that's
all the
like the
time
info. Like
with like
that
no
indicator
context. I don't
is
like
like
I have no idea what you're
is like
saying.
the info that you need. You're getting shot at from like the, like let's just say like um somewhere on the right side, or like the bottom right side, right? I'm gonna try to reposition myself accordingly, like get here, try to like heal myself up, and like if I wanna push you, I'm never gonna try to like push you while having my gun out like this, straight up pushing towards you. That's like way too slow of a push, right? Because I'm running in a straight line. As soon as I do damage to you, like over here, if I do damage to you and then I try to push you straight up while having my gun out, that's like very slow way of doing that. But that's like the thing about Ash, is like it allows me to like tap strafe as well and
Taking
push
shots.
push you in a way that makes me a much harder target to shoot at. That's why like
Okay.
Ash is really good. So you're like, yes, you're supposed to use the dash as well, but only use the dash when you feel like you have to like reposition yourself, you know? Like the biggest thing about Ash, I feel like, is the instant dash, you know? That's what's
Yeah.
like the most OP thing about her. Is that you can switch direction and go in any direction at any moment, you know? Like so I usually try to like reposition. Like let's just say I can peek a little bit far out of the cover, and then when I start getting shot at, I can just I usually just use my space. So I usually like over here, like I would just jump twice as I'm moving to the right side to be able to like get myself back into the cover, you know, which is not really doable with any character, like any legend
Yeah.
for that matter, you know.
Okay.
So like yeah, so like run, pull out the gun, slide and jump. So like
Okay.
make sure that you're like much faster in general every time you're
Got
like
it.
pushing somebody.
Okay. Could we do a couple more
Like so
1v1s so that I can like practice these, and then I gotta go
definitely,
pick up my little sister from daycare.
for sure, man.
Okay.
1 second, let
Let's
me
go
turn
this way.
this off as well. But yeah, like I hope I'm being able to like explain these things like properly to you. Like even after the session, if you feel like there's anything that we have went over that was like a bit too confusing for you, you can also like hit me up on Discord and like explain the thing to you again.
Okay, yeah, it's just a lot of like information. Like I don't really do like the best when it's just like listening like the entire time.
Yeah,
Like I'm more of like a do it person, not a listen person.
definitely. Yeah, I get that.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna try to jiggle peek the corner and aim smooth,
I'm taking shots.
and you're gonna do damage, and I don't want you to push me, so I'm gonna try and like back off here, jiggle the corner, and I got more damage. I'm gonna walk up. Ah, okay,
Nice.
okay.
Could be loot here.
Turn back here 1 second. And let's do it again.
Okay. So where are you? Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. You're gonna try and push me. Oh boy. Ah, okay.
Yeah, so right there, like yeah, definitely like when you feel like you're about to get pushed, it's sometimes better to try and like start playing aggressive off of that because that's something that people don't usually like expect some people to do, you know?
Okay.
Like if you feel like you can't really like back out anymore, it's definitely best to try and like use more of your movement because you're about to
Okay.
get pushed, and if you just sit there and get pushed, you're gonna end up being like a very slow target,
Got it. Okay.
and then you won't be able like yeah, you're gonna end up taking too much damage, and
Okay,
then
I'll
yeah,
try to
let's
be a
go.
little bit more aggressive.
Getting shot at.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, like right there, I was getting like more aggressive, and I felt like a lot easier to kind of like, you're not like breaking my ankle. Okay.
Yeah,
Keeping
definitely.
my eyes here.
Okay. So I just gotta get on you more. Got it.
I'm taking shots.
Okay. Oh.
Nice shots, man.
We should go here.
And let's go.
Oh. Nice. Damn, bro, you're so hard to hit. What the heck?
Yeah, that's why Ash's dash is really fun. And I feel like gives you like makes it much more easier to do 1v1s. I feel like she's like really good at 1v1s.
Okay.
Upgrade has been selected. Focus
Let's
here.
go. Nice shots, man.
Yeah, right there, I was thinking about what you said with the, like, don't strafe too much, just like have like really long like strafes, and as soon as I started doing that, I was like, okay, my shots are hitting, and I just kept strafing.
Moving here.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that.
I'm under fire.
Okay. Jiggle peek. Where are you? Jiggle peek.
Back where we started.
Counter strafe. Oh crap. Okay. Okay. Ah, that dash is so fast. Nice. Okay. Yeah,
Like over there,
starting to think about it. Yeah.
like
Yeah,
over
what
there.
happened here?
So soon as I like cracked you, right? I saw you
Yeah.
like going back here. That's where the Ash is really fun. Like Ash's dash allows me to like get close to you like really quick. You know.
Yeah.
So I usually only use that when I'm in a fight. I never use that initially. It's only when I like wanna fall back or when I push up off of the damage that I did.
Okay.
Like it's like the same thing with all the legends. I would say like if you feel like you're about to like run into somebody, like if you're playing like a skirmisher or something, right? That has mobility. You're supposed to like save those abilities to be able to use them in an actual fight to be able to either reposition yourself or be able to fall back. Never use those abilities to just push into a fight, because if obviously like I use both of my attacks like dashes to get to you, and then I'm like right here and I end up taking more damage. There's no escape basically if I use all my mobility. Like with the Ash I might still be able to, but like for instance if I'm like playing Pathfinder and I'm pushing straight towards you, right, and then I end up taking too much damage, there's like no escape for that. So I'm supposed to like save my grapple or my wraith phase out, or
This will bind them.
whatever the legend is. Basically you're supposed to like save those abilities that help you survive longer only when you end
Okay.
up taking more damage, or when you want to like push up like
Okay.
a little bit aggressively,
The
but
Got
never
it.
to just push
simulation
straight
awaits
in
me.
initially without it
Okay.
dealing any damage.
Okay. I'll use
Alright,
it
let's
as
go.
like a second resort. Got it.
Fire.
Okay, I like
Nice
that.
shots. Nice, yep.
Okay.
Let's regroup here.
Alright, let's go.
Enemy is moving in.
Jiggle. Jiggle. Aim smooth. Oh.
Nice, man, that was good. Did you try to like tap surf there?
Yeah, I just like scrolled my wheel forward
Yeah,
into something
that
like
was really good,
flying.
man.
Broke my own ankle. I didn't even know like what direction I was going. I just went like flying.
Let's
Yeah,
regroup here.
you try like move yourself in the air. That was really good.
Okay.
Definitely made it harder. And let's go.
The enemy.
Nice shots.
Enemy down.
Yeah, that time I just saw you stay in the open, so I thought, okay, well if he's in the open,
Yeah.
then I can just push him. Okay.
Definitely.
This location.
Like yes. Like you're supposed to like keep an eye on where your enemies are as well. Like obviously if I'm like playing the covers a little bit bad, you can say, and you find me in the open, you're supposed to like take advantage of that and like be able to actually figure it out, Like when
Okay.
when we're fighting, as soon as you figure out I'm like at a disadvantage, you are supposed to like actually push up off of that until I like actually like go back into the cover.
Okay.
And I correct that
Yeah.
mistake.
Got it. Okay.
Enemies have been here. We may be able to track them.
Alright, let's go.
Under fire. I've been snared. These times bound.
So over there, like I've done like so much damage initially that it's like obviously much easier for me to be able to walk up off of that, right? So
Yeah.
if that was in an actual game and I was the one who was in your position, right? I would have definitely tried to like move myself backward or closer to where my teammates are, so they're able to like slow the guy down, whoever it is that's about to push me.
Okay.
You
So
know,
if I'm
like
taking
I would never
damage,
try
then
to
try
like
to. Okay.
create
W-
distance away from me or like closer to your teammates, like in a way that you'd be able to buy yourself more time. Like
Yeah.
that's what the goal is.
Okay. Got it. I'll try that.
I
Now for the right choice.
let's go.
I took a moment to sharpen these ties bound. Caught.
You can also like okay, so your what's this called, like snare as well, right? You can definitely use snare as well. That like snare is really good for when you want to push somebody and you feel like they're about to move back or something. Or obviously like, if you can catch them in the open, that's also like really good. But I'm saying like when you want to push somebody, you can obviously like snare them and try to like push them from like either right side or the left side, which is basically what's called flanking. Like when you flank somebody from either right side or left side, it's just that flanking allows you to have some sort of cover, all while being able like finding an angle on whoever it is that you're shooting at. Like for
Okay.
instance, if you were sitting behind this right here and I wanted to push you, like in an actual game, obviously, instead of me trying to push you straight up, like over here, like this, right? This is what would be considered as pushing. Even when I did some damage to you, I wouldn't want to just push straight to you, where I would end up being in the open and end up taking like probably too much damage. So I would want to like use some sort of cover that I can like get to and then peek you know? Like I need to reposition myself to a cover where I'd be able to look at you as well, you know?
Got it.
So like
Okay.
always make sure that you're gonna end up being behind some sort of cover,
I don't
even
even
when
know what
you're
you're
pushing
saying,
up.
man.
Like obviously when we're
I
too
don't even
close
know
to
what he's
each
saying.
other and there's like no way of doing that, then yeah, obviously it's better to just focus too much on your mechanical skills. But it's just that in ranked games, I find myself using more of like the angles than committing to 1v1s. Like
Yeah. Okay.
obviously if I have to, I will, but my goal is to like usually try and like move around. Because I
Yeah.
feel like controller players doesn't really have that much advantage anymore. It's like that, I feel like that's good.
Okay.
They're not really that much overpowered against like an
Yeah.
MNK anymore. It's like much more balanced now. So yes,
Okay.
we can still commit like 1v1s too. Alright, let's go.
Well
Yeah.
positioned here. Bow.
Nice, yo.
Enemy down.
Yeah. See, I think that time you just didn't look at me, so I think if you had maybe put a little bit more pressure on me, I
That was
wouldn't have
really
been
good.
able to move on you. Yeah.
Target close.
Oh, you're right, man. Alright, let's go.
Like a rock. Cut down an
Nice.
enemy.
Yeah. I was just thinking about like you said if you're using your snare, right? As soon as you snared me, I was like, oh, okay. Well, now he doesn't have a
Alright, let's
snare,
go.
so if I snare you late,
Watching here.
if I snare
I'm
you
on the
late,
left side.
okay. Yeah.
Snare is binding me. Time critical. Allowing themselves. Cut
Nice
down an
ones.
enemy.
Yeah, I was just thinking about
As
what
soon
you
as you
said about
snared me.
this. Yeah, I was thinking about what you said about the snares. Like, you can use it to like hold someone there and like walk up on them and like flank them. So as soon as you snared me, I was thinking, well, he doesn't have a snare. My snare will last longer than his, and then I can flank you.
Definitely.
Target close.
I definitely used a little bit sooner, I would say. Like I
Yeah,
usually use it once I've done some damage instead of using it too early. Because if I use
yeah,
it too early, then I would have to like push you straight up, you know? And it's
yeah.
gonna be almost like a 50-50, which is not really something that I would recommend. Like always
Oh, okay.
start a fight from some sort of cover. Once you deal some damage, that's what allows you to push up, you know? So like have some sort of health advantage before you walk up towards somebody.
Okay. I'll.
Like initially cover is really good to kind of figure out what kind of player it is that you're going up against depending on the kind of damage that they're doing to you as well, or like
Okay.
how they're moving, how they're like using covers and all that. But
Quiet.
yeah, let's go.
I hear targets stirring this way.
Ah, the
Nice sauce,
trade.
man.
Hold this spot.
Do you do like aim training as well?
Yeah, I try to
Or
do
no?
Kovacs.
Yeah, nice, that's really good.
Oh, I don't want you to pre-fire me.
Under fire. That's pitiful. Allowing themselves to be caught. There is binding. Enemy down.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't know if you're not trying, but like it seems like you're just kind of like staying in one spot and you're not moving around. But like you told me to start moving around more, be more unpredictable,
Yeah,
and I feel like it's just like really working well. I don't know if you're letting me do that
yeah,
though.
definitely. No. And
All right.
you're doing it really well. Yeah.
Thank you.
Try to as you're doing, trying to do damage and all. It's
Yeah.
definitely a little bit unpredictable for me because sometimes you like try to walk up a little bit aggressively, right?
Yeah.
So like which is good, definitely.
Okay, perfect.
Uh, let's go.
Fire.
Good shots.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, over there, like the double jump right here.
Yeah, you're
That
moving
was really
all.
nice that you tried to
Now for the right
Yeah,
choice.
you're moving around a lot right there. You made it so hard for me.
My ultimate is
Yeah.
ready. Moving here. Yes.
Alright, let's go.
Under fire. These bonds are easily broken.
Ah, man. Yeah, I see. Now you're turning up the heat on me. All right, all right.
Nah, nah, nah. So over there, it was just a little bit easier for me to push out. It's because you started to crouch right here, right? So like as soon as you take damage, like when I take damage, right? I just sometimes expect you to like push towards me, you know?
Yeah.
Like if only that you like make it a little bit more unpredictable, like sometimes you do. Like when you move around a little bit more, or like push me once I'm like kind of like cornered already when I'm like low, makes it much more harder, right?
Okay. I'll
But
move
I
around
feel
a
like
little bit
your
more.
aim is really good, man. Like I can definitely feel like you're like it's more of the approach that you would probably have to work on, you know?
Okay.
Like definitely you're doing it right now as well, but yeah, like
This
aim definitely.
location interests me.
I can see the potential.
Okay. I'll try to move around a little bit more. All right.
Yeah, yeah, let's go.
Not caught like a rat in a
Nice shots.
Where did my dash go? I only had one dash. Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I can actually get two dashes as well. I wasn't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
thinking about it.
avoid here.
Alright, let's go.
Target close. This one's caught with no way out.
Ah, man, nice.
Nice shots, man.
This time will be different.
They tried to destroy me. Move this way.
Okay, I want you to like tell me like what are the kind of like the key takeaways as well. Like
In a
by now, what are the things that you feel like you've kind of like picked up from like the session in general? Like
Yeah,
what are the things?
like move more and like try to jiggle peek out of my cover to keep up my health. Use aim smoothing to control my recoil.
Yeah, it's like also like
Head
like the damage
glitch.
numbers as well. Head glitching, yes. Using vertical covers in general. Using jiggle peaks more. You know,
Yeah.
but like making sure that when you first push into a fight, you're being able to like take less damage. Like figuring out different ways. Like if you feel like you're about to get pushed, and instead of like getting yourself cornered, position yourself somewhere where you feel like even when you get pushed, you can not end up being in the open. You know, like it's
Yeah.
best to keep some distance away from the enemies that you're fighting with. If you feel like you're about to get pushed, then just try and like create distance away from them or something. You know.
Okay. Here,
Because your
okay.
aim is definitely really good. Like I can definitely feel like if you work on like the positioning and all, I can definitely see you being able to like actually rank up if that's what you're into,
Okay.
or like
Yeah. Yeah,
just
I
in
want to
general.
eventually. I
Like
want to
finish.
eventually see if I can hit pred. Oh, you're not full health. Can we do just 5 1v1s back to back, and then I have to go
Yeah,
and go get
for
my
sure,
sister. Okay.
for sure,
I
man.
have line of sight to
Alright,
this
let's go.
spot. Caught with no way. Cut down an enemy.
Nice shots.
Okay.
And let's go.
Watching this location. Watching this location. Cut down an enemy.
Oh, you didn't jiggle
Nice.
peek right there.
And I tried to is I just when I tried like going back into the cover, I ended up taking too much damage. That was really nice.
Yeah.
Let's regroup here.
And let's go.
All right. Are you moving?
I'm under fire. in a trap.
Ah, nice. All right.
Nice shots, man.
Move this way. Eliminate the enemy.
Damn, man, you got like aimbot on you or something.
Nah. I feel like sometimes when you like move around, you like your aim is really good, but when you like try to shoot me more, I feel like your aim is definitely like your strength, man. Like
Okay.
you can get away with like so many things. Like try to shoot me more instead of like trying to focus too much on the cover. Like there needs to be a
Let's
balance,
regroup
but
here.
given how you aim, I feel like you should be prioritizing a little bit on the aim as well. Like now I
Okay.
feel like you're definitely repositioning, using covers and all of that, but I like when I feel like when I do deal more damage to you is when you don't even try to shoot me. Like I feel like every time you try to shoot me, it's just very hard for me to be able to like out
Okay.
damage you in
Our
general.
target
Okay.
is
You know?
here.
I'll try to shoot a little bit more.
Yes. Nice shot.
Yeah, that time I just laid down on the trigger.
Nice, nice, nice.
All right, I want to do two more when I just shoot, and we'll see what happens here. All right.
Let's go. Oh, nice.
Well, it looks like you're over peaking a little bit, ego challenging me.
Moving here.
Nah, that's good. You're supposed to eagle child me. You can.
Yeah. All
Telling
right.
you.
All right, last one.
Alright, let's go. Yeah, let's do the last one. Gotta go do something as well. Are you good?
Yep.
Alright, let's go.
All right.
I have caught them. Caught. Rat in a trap. I'm under fire.
Nice, man.
Aw, dude, GG, man.
Nice shots.
Yeah, dude, how long you said you've been an Apex coach since 2021? What season is that?
That's when I actually like initially started, but I would say like when I actually started doing coaching sessions was when I was probably back in like
Now for the range.
2022
Got my upgrade.
or like
Let's see where
the
it takes me.
at the very beginning of 2023, I guess.
Okay, okay, nice. Yeah, I
But
recently
yeah, definitely.
I've been watching
Yes.
like a lot of YouTube videos to try
Nice.
and like get better. Yeah, usually I've been watching this one coach like named like District. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, I think I've like seen few of his videos. Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching his and I thought, you know what, I might try to get some coaching. So then I thought I would hit you up over on Fiverr because I saw that you were like the #1 on Fiverr. Yeah, I actually think you're like the #1 on Fiverr right now. Where you're the one that pops up like one
Yeah.
of the first ones.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, dude.
Thank you so much, man. As well.
What's like one thing I could do to get better before I leave?
So I feel like right now there are so like you've actually been able to like pick up so many things like really quick. So I feel like with how you play, I would say like definitely play Ash, man. Like
Play Ash?
Ash is much more aggressive legend that you can play. But yeah, focus more on like when I was like first when I was watching you play like a few games as well, right? So like over there, it felt like you were most of the time like not being able to like position yourself that properly, you know? So like it depends on like the kind of gun that you use as well. Cause like in the first fire, like if I were to like point out like something very specific would be like using a gun that is like uh good for the close range as well. You know, like every time
Yeah.
you pick up a loadout, pick up like because your R9 is really good. So like you can try to use like dual P20s. Um, I feel like instead of R9, I would probably pick up like Evo. At least for me, I feel like that's a little bit better, especially in like ranked games. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, like your R9 is really good. I feel like you can definitely use R9 as well.
Yeah, I
But yeah,
felt like I was
focus a
so
little bit
slow
more on
before.
covers.
I felt I was like so slow before, and then you told me that I just need to like start moving around more and shooting more, and like not
Yeah,
like wait and just like do it, and it kind of yeah, it clicked.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Definitely focus on it, and then yeah, let me know how it's like working out for you as well. Like, do you feel like try it out in the actual games as well, and then like let me know how it's like working out. Are you actually being able like, if you're if you obviously like start to prioritize covers more, like make sure that you're taking less damage and like being able to deal more, basically, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Okay. Oh,
yeah,
dude, are you in
use
Apex
more of the
Pred? I
covers.
just saw your I just saw your banner for the first time.
Yeah,
Oh, nice, dude. Dude, I had no idea. Okay. God damn. Damn, number
but yeah, man.
584. All right. Well, dude, before I leave, I just wanted to say thank you so much for the session.
You too, man.
And I just wanted to say also that my name is actually District Bro, and I wanted to see what other
Really?
Apex coach. Yeah, dude, what up, man? I wanted to see what other Apex coaches were like. So
That's crazy.
I wanted to hop in, bro, and get a session and see what's up.
Man, that's crazy. Are you actually?
Yeah, bro. Why do you? Yeah, of
I think
course.
I think he's on controller though. I'm not really sure,
No, he
but I
switched.
think he is.
No, dude, no. He switched to mouse and keyboard a year ago.
Really?
Yeah,
Man,
man.
that's amazing,
Well,
bro.
dude, thank you,
I
thank you for the session, bro.
thanks you too, man.
Do you
So
mind
much.
if
Am I being
I?
like pranked? Am I being pranked right now?
You are
Like am I
being. I
being
mean,
recorded?
you're being. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're doing a video of getting coached by Fiverr people, but I wanted to see
Oh.
how good Fiverr coaches were. Do you mind if I use you in the video? I won't put you on blast
De-
or nothing. I just wanna. We're doing like a
yeah,
whole series.
definitely, man.
All right, I'll even link.
Definitely.
I'll
Like,
link you in the description so that people can book you.
I appreciate that. What are your thoughts about it? Like, honestly,
Can I give you like
I got it.
Can I give you a tip from like coach to coach?
For sure, yeah.
Like by far, like the number one thing that was like hard about like the session was the amount of like details that you give, and like how much of it is listening versus how much of it is actually practicing, right? So like a lot of it is, hey, like watch me and like listen to like this tip, and like if you do
Yeah.
this, then this is what this happens. But it's like it's one thing to hear it, it's another thing to experience it. So I think
Gotcha.
if you want to like take your coaching to the next level, because I think you give a lot of like really good tips, and you give like a lot of good
Yeah.
like insight and details, but
Yeah.
it's really easy to forget because it's just nonstop talking, and there's no like, hey, here's a tip, and like put it into practice, and like try to like give the person a chance to like learn the skill before you move on to the next
Yeah.
thing.
No, I definitely find myself doing that for sure, man. It's just that when I was talking to you, right? I don't know, like I just felt like you were picking up things so quick. Like every time, everything that I taught you, like it was as if like I would tell you like 80%, and you would be able to like figure out the rest of the 20. Like when I'm doing sessions in normally, right? If I'm trying to explain something, usually I would say like 80% of the time, the players that I'm teaching it to would take a little while to be able to like figure out what I'm talking about. So usually I just focus on one thing. It's because when you were like kind of focusing a little bit on how you were supposed to actually like do the fight. But when I'm usually doing sessions, right, it's like I usually don't do like one session. Obviously if it was just one session I wouldn't have been able to like go over, but because I felt like you actually wanted to learn something more, that's why I went into like a little bit more in detail. But
Yeah.
usually it's just two topics max that I cover. So like if it was like a normal session, or like not normal in a sense that if there's somebody who's just not really like asking me to teach them more and more, and they want to like take time to like figure out whatever it is that is being taught, usually it's just two things. Like usually most of the time when I do sessions, like especially like normal session, like not like an hour a session, like ranked sessions are a little bit different because it's like series of sessions, like I don't do like so many things at once. I would just focus on like each thing, like positioning one day, movement one day, like because
Oh,
there are
okay,
like
I
so many
see.
sessions, there's like
Yeah.
room for me to work on those things. I don't usually just talk about so many things in one session because it's like almost impossible, right?
Yeah.
But if I feel like if I'm talking to somebody who's actually being able like like the other person is actually like learning and is like really quick with like how good they are at like understanding things, and they want to learn more, then yes, I usually try to like explain like more things as well in a session. It's not like really just about like the time for me, to be honest. You know,
Yeah.
like regardless of who it is that I'm like talking to, there are people who are like very eager to learn. So even if it's just one session and I feel like they want to learn more, I would just end up like explaining a little bit more, and at the end I would just send them like the notes for all the things that I like talked about during the session.
Yeah.
But I definitely definitely get your point. I really appreciate you for that as well. I'll make sure to like focus on that a little bit more and take my time with it.
Perfect, dude. Yeah, 100%. Well, dude, thank you so much for the session, man. I hope I hope I'll see you soon. Okay.
I appreciate that, man.
All
You're
right.
you're an amazing rest of your day. Take
All right.
care.
You too, man. Later.